Hello everyone, my name is Marissa Joaquin, and today I will be going over a section from Chapter 9 titled Models of Relational Dynamics. This section talks about Knapp's 10 stages of relational development, which I will be focusing on. Knapp's 10 stages was developed by Mark Knapp, and it breaks relationships down into 10 stages from coming together to coming apart. But other researchers suggested that any model of relational communication should have a third stage called relational maintenance, which aims to keep relationships running smoothly. You can see these stages in the middle of the model. The first stage is initiating, which is an opening stage for all relationships, not just dating ones. It shows that you're interested in the other person. It includes brief conversations, such as handshaking and also friendly expressions. This stage may seem meaningless for a lot of people, but it lets the other person know that you want to get to know them. And online initiating can be easier for some that tend to be shy, and it also results in very successful relationships.
What's your name?
Hazel.
And what's your full name?
Hazel Grace Lancaster. What?
I didn't say anything.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're beautiful.
Oh my god.
I enjoy looking at beautiful people.
I-
See, I decided a while back not to deny myself the simpler pleasures of existence, particularly, as you so astutely pointed out.
Experimenting helps you look for similarities and allows you to ask questions such as where are you from and what's your major. It helps us choose what we share with the other person and basically gives you a chance to audition them to see if the relationship is worth pursuing. Social media can also help gather basic information of the person since they post their relationship status, political preferences, and hobbies. At this stage in romantic relationships, it often starts off with the social media request, and it's also less face-threatening and less awkward.
So, what's your story?
I was diagnosed when I was 13.
Your real story.
I am quite unextraordinary.
I reject that at the hand.
In stage 3, there is an increased amount of contact and breadth and depth of self-disclosure. Dating couples will start saying I love you, giving tokens of affection, doing favors for the other, and expressing feelings non-verbally. This is a time of relational excitement and even euphoria, but this stage doesn't last forever. Romantic partners might begin to question their love for each other, or it could be that they're moving on to the next stage, which is integrating.
Something about you, Poppy. Every moment I'm with you, I catch my breath.
During the integrating stage, couples begin to take on an identity as a social unit. Their social circles will merge and they will share the same commitments. They're referred to as a couple, they designate common properties and develop routines and rituals such as jogging and running together. And this is a stage where we give up some former characteristics and become enmeshed with the other to integrate as one.
I love you so much. I wanted to say that first.
Bonding is the officializing of a couple's integration, and it usually marks an important turning point in a relationship. Partners make symbolic public gestures to show that their relationship exists and that they are committed to one another, such as an engagement, marriage, sharing a residence, or a verbal or written pledge such as vows.
Will you do something for me then?
Anything.
Will you marry me?
Many relationships go on successfully for as long as a lifetime. Some pass through several stages of decline. Partners find themselves needing to reestablish their individual identities, and instead of talking about our plans, the conversations focus on what I want to do. Relational issues that were once agreed on are now in question. It can also be positive though, since people are individuals when they're in a relationship, and is often a form of normal relational maintenance.
In fact, they rarely agreed on anything. They fought all the time, and they challenged each other every day.
In the circumscribing stage, partners reduce the scope of their contact with each other, and distinctions from the differing stage become more clear, such as my friends and my money or my car. Sometimes this can be a healthy balance between individual and relational identity, but it only becomes a problem when there are more cases of separation than integration.
It'd be nice if you helped me.
No problem. We'll get them a little bit later. I'm just gonna hit the streets here for a little bit.
Gary, come on. I don't want to do them later. Let's just do them now. Take 15 minutes.
Oh, honey, I am so exhausted. I just honestly want to relax for a little bit. If I could just sit here, let my food digest, and just try to enjoy the quiet for a little bit. Get some. That's what happens. And we can clean the dishes tomorrow.
Gary, you know I don't like waking up to a dirty kitchen.
Circumscribing continues, the relationship will stagnate. Behavior towards one another will be done without much feeling, and there will be no growth, and relational boredom will set in. This occurs when couples unenthusiastically have the same conversations, see the same people, and follow the same routine, with no sense of joy or novelty in any of it.
You can't keep doing this all the time.
I can't help it. I love you.
Forrest, you don't know what love is.
When stagnation becomes too unpleasant, the couples have moved on to stage 9, which is avoiding. They begin to create a distance between one another. Some disguise it as an excuse, such as I'm sick, or some just say it directly, such as I don't want to see you anymore. At this point, relationships stall out. They simply drift apart and rarely ever interact again.
Hi, you've reached Jamie Rellis. I can't pick up the phone right now, but please leave a message and I'll call you back.
Wow, right to voicemail. Didn't even ring.
Although some relationships tend to last a lifetime, many relationships do deteriorate and reach the final stage. Characteristics include summary dialogues about where the relationship went wrong and the desire to just end it all. Depending on the person's feelings, it could be short and amicable or bitterly drawn out over time. Breaking up over text risks hurting the person being dumped, but studies found that those on the receiving end tend to have high levels of attachment anxiety, explaining why the person didn't want to do it face to face. Although terminating a relationship can be sad and painful, it should be seen as a learning experience. According to college students' responses, they gain self-confidence and acceptance of crying. They learn more about what they desire in a romantic partner. They learned how to communicate better and not jump into a relationship too fast. And they also learned to rely more on friends and how to balance life in a relationship. Getting closure might be ideal, but finding the meaning of why it's happening is the goal.
But this can't be it.
Then how come it is?